Ladies and not gentlemen, only gentle. I'm only talking to him. No, but seriously, this champion is so good, dude. I don't even know where to start with just how incredible this character is. But let's start with the hardest fights in the Alliance War map. We first have this Onslaught on node 49, which is polka dot power and stunning reflection, as well as brute force. This is a rank 4 Onslaught. He has pretty much 800,000 health, and he is no easy fight. This is one of the harder fights on the map, and for a good reason. It's a rank 4 Onslaught. He is a very punishing defender. However, Gentle is very good for polka dot power because of his rupture debuff, and he's also very good for stunning reflection because if Gentle were to parry Onslaught on accident, he is actually immune to stun whenever he goes for a parry. So for that reason, he is pretty much a direct counter to this node because he counters both things pretty much perfectly. And then the cherry on top is this right here, this SP2 that pretty much one-shots this Onslaught, this rank 4 800,000 health Onslaught. And there you go. That was a 57-second takedown of that fight. Genuinely crazy stuff, dude. But now we have a Bullseye boss as well. This one wasn't as pretty. I didn't play it like super well, but it was still a pretty solid takedown. And it does go to show that, in my opinion, I think that Gentle is the safest Bullseye counter out there. Because Gentle has one trick up his sleeve that not many other characters have. I think literally just one champion has it besides Gentle, and Gentle is a much better Bullseye counter than that other champion. But you'll see it in a second. Here it's just like an energized, adaptive, stun immune Bullseye, and Gentle's so good for this Bullseye fight because he has a pretty much permanent pursuit. And what pursuit does is, it just straight up counters evade, so he just completely counters Bullseye's hardest mechanic. And that's really it, man. After that, you just do your damage, and with Gentle, the damage output is incredible, obviously. I am running full recoil masteries here, that is Liquid Courage, Double Edge, and 3 out of 3 recoil because he handles it just fine. But look at this damage output, dude. That is incredible. But here I get parried, but check that out, man. This is a Bullseye boss. This is one of the highest health pools and attack pools in the game, and I took 1,000 damage from a direct hit. That is silly, and so are these 64,000 crits that I'm hitting right there. Absolutely incredible stuff, and yeah, this matchup is pretty much over. So the trick up his sleeve is that reinforced passive, that little blue thing right there. It prevents him from being crit, which means he is just insanely safe for a guaranteed crit champion like Bullseye, because he just doesn't take any of that damage. And yeah, now this matchup is pretty much over. Go for a combo into the relic, and there we go, man. A 1 minute and 40-second takedown, an incredibly safe takedown of a Bullseye boss. And I want to show some more story content fights as I talk more about this champion, because I bet the first thing that I'm going to be asked is, well, what about that damage back? How do I stop it? Explain more about that damage back mechanic, and I got you. So I took damage in that Bullseye and that Onslaught matchup, and that was my choice to take that damage, right? Because if I wanted to, I could prevent it very easily. And it's because you only take that damage when you drop an SP2 or SP1 while at 12 muscle mass. If you do a light ending combo, you lose 1 muscle mass on purpose, so if you do a light ender, drop your special attack immediately afterwards, you don't take the damage. And right there, you do a lot of damage, obviously, because that's power shield with Gentle. So that's one thing about the damage back, right? So if you want to use him in battlegrounds and you feel one SP2 won't finish the job, which honestly in a battlegrounds health pool I think 1 SP2 usually is enough because his damage output is just absolutely silly. But yeah, if you want to play it safe and not lose that much health, that's the strat. But also if you are doing a piece of content or any game mode that doesn't really care about your like health loss. It's just so fun ripping those 12 muscle mass SP2s, taking the damage, because like who cares, you pretty much one shot anything anyways, right? And there is one more trick to not take any damage, and that's by fully investing into this character, because at Sig 200 you pretty much take 0 damage from like a 12 muscle mass SP2, because he reduces the damage taken by, I'm pretty sure, 100%, or like it's a pretty strong percentage. And yeah, like that's really it about this character. I have some more gameplay here of him in matchups where his pursuit is just incredibly helpful, like this Can't Touch This Shang-Chi fight. It's a very straightforward one with Gentle because of his constant pursuit with the Mr. Sinister Relic and the recoil masteries, which brings me to my next question. Does this champion need the recoil masteries? And by the way, that damage output is just silly, man. But anyways, does he need recoil masteries? The answer is no. It depends on the scenario, of course. If you're in a matchup where like it's a very high health pool situation, and like the more the fight goes on, the more danger you're in, then I would heavily suggest the recoil masteries. But then again, this champion performs just fine without them. It's just a very nice damage enhancement that he pretty much takes like no consequence from. Like there is no consequence to using the masteries with Gentle, because that's how his kit works. His kit is designed to make the recoil masteries pretty much like a nothing burger for him, consequence wise at least. The benefit is pretty massive, because you just get like, you know, attack rating from like the double edge and liquid courage, and the recoil mastery, the actual recoil mastery, does increase your daunted potency by a bit. So yeah, it's a very helpful mastery setup for him, but to say he needs it is just like a lie, because he is a very good damage dealer without them, and he can still be played pretty much the exact same without them. And to end this video here, it's a very quick video. I kind of just want to show like the boss fight and the Onslaught fight, and also talk about him a bit more like while I am showcasing these other evade matchups, because yeah, his pursuit is very good. Like if you have like, you know, the Sinister Relic and of course the double edge mastery at least to start the fight, then he has a near 100% uptime on that pursuit, which is incredible, obviously. So yeah, I think that this character is really strong. I think Alliance War is his strong suit, because in Alliance War, like, you just want to get the fight down, right? And that means that if you want to play like unrestricted and just like go absolutely haywire, that's the place to do it. And Gentle's one of those characters. You just want to play like absolutely unrestricted, just like drop those massive 12 muscle mass SP2s, do a ton of damage, walk out of the fight, and just be the coolest guy ever, which Gentle is. He is the coolest guy ever. He's great for evade matchups. He is the safest Bullseye counter. He's great for polka dot power, for stunning reflection, for any like stun reflect node. Honestly, he is one of the best options for. He just has a lot to offer, and you pair it with like his incredible damage output, you just have an absolute banger of a champion that will be, in my opinion, the most underrated pool of the whole entire Titan batch. And in my opinion, I think he's definitely a jackpot hit with this new Titan crystal. So yeah, Gentle, whole lot of gameplay coming soon for this guy, but I had to introduce you to him in the best way possible, which is via that Onslaught and Bullseye boss takedown. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Gentle. Do you have this champion? Are you enjoying him so far? Did this open your eyes on this character? I hope it did. Wasn't a ton of gameplay to show, but there is more coming soon, don't you worry. And yeah, that's about it for me.